is 20 minutes. Okay, Ibu Sarah, the time is
Okay.
yours.
Okay. So, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude for the opportunity to present my research today. My research title is Clausa Structure, Shift in Mengapa Bali Disebut Pulau Seribu Pura in Systemic Functional Linguistic Perspective. The first part is a research background. This research background is to analyze shift in clausal structures within the bilingual book using the systemic functional linguistic to examine how shift in participants, processes, and circumstances affect the meaning. And then this approach seeks to contribute to translation studies by emphasizing social context and the functional roles of language element rather than the traditional semantic analysis. And the second part is the literature review. The SFL is an approach to linguistics developed by Michael Halliday that views language as a social semiotic system. And then the SFL itself is a comprehensive theory of language and focuses on how the language functions to create meaning and social context. Now we are going to move to the circumstances as a part of literature review. According to Halliday's systemic functional linguistic theory, there are 9 types of circumstances. The first one is circumstances of extent, of location, manner, cause, contingency, accompaniment, of role, of matter, and the last one is of angle. The next part of my literature review is we're going to talk about the participants. This is typically realized by noun groups or nominal elements in a clause. And then participant is answer the questions like who or what in relation to the process, and then can occur in both subject as well as object position within a clause. And there are 4 types of participant. It's vary depending on the process type. The first one is material process, involved as an actor. The second is mental process. It include a sensor. The third one is relational process. And the last one is verbal process. So the next part of literature review is the argument. In SFL, this is a core participant that is directly involved in the process described by the verb in a clause. And these are the argument are essential element in the clausal structure. And the arguments itself consists of participants, process, and circumstances. There are 6 types of verb categorized by Halliday. The first one is material process, mental process, relational process, attribute process, behavioral process, and the last one is verbal process. Now we are going to move to the third part, which is the methodology. And what is the type of this research? This research is a qualitative type with a grounded theory. And where does the data come from? The data source in this research come from the bilingual book entitled Mengapa Bali Disebut Pulau Seribu Pura. And what is analyzed? I analyzed clausa that experiences shift during the translation. And then what is the meta function of the language used in this research? There are the 3 types of meta function language, but in this research, I use the ideational function, and ideational function is associated with the language used to express our idea, our opinion, our imagination as well as planning. And the additional function itself has three components. The first one, participant, process, and then circumstances. So now we are going to move to the fourth part, which is discussion. Here, as we can see on the monitor, that I give an example, shift in participant. On the left side, this is the source language, which is written in English. And then we break it down, we elaborate word by word. And then on the left side, that is the target language, which is written in Indonesia. And then there is a shift in participant. The explanation on this example is there is a loss and gain happen in circumstances of point of view. This one is point of view. And then also loss and gain happen in identified, which is the name of Merajan Kamulan, which translated into Indonesia, Merajan Kamulan, the name of it's lost. And then the preposition praise here in the source language serve as an elaboration of nominal group in target language. So therefore, the source language gets a class shift. And then we can also elaborate that the source language, which is written in English, is categorized as adverbial, while the target language is categorized as post modifier of the head of the nominal group. So, and we move to the next sentence, which is wholly structure built in search language uses the definition. Meanwhile, in target language is the concept. This one. So as we can see on the last tabel here, yeah, the name of Merajan Kamulan, the as a determiner, name of as a head, Merajan Kamulan is a concept. All of this function has a nominal group, but in target language, it's translated just as Merajan Kamulan or as just concept. And then this is the second example, a shift in participant. As we can see on the left side, the source language which is written in English, and the target language, which is written in Indonesia. And this is the explanation on the right side, sorry. Nominal group in SL realized with function and meaning is translated into berfungsi and bermakna. And in a search language, functioning and meaning function as a nominal group complex, but it's translated to the target language to be berfungsi and bermakna, functioning as verbal group. So that's why therefore the translation gets shift in the class, because the class get changed from the nominal group complex to the verbal group complex. And now we move to the other example of the process. Yeah, there is a source language and also the target language on the table. And the explanation is both the source language and target language use passive clauses with ellipses in participant. And as we can see in the bold typing is bold, should be done. This is the material process. And on the target language will be translated as a dibutuhkan. This is a mental process. And the circumstances of manner, this one, oops, sorry. Yes, this one. The circumstances of manner within context of certain convention. We call it as preposition phrase. Function is circumstance manner is expressed with a preposition within. But in the target language, without any preposition, so that's why resulting in a class shift while maintaining the same function. And the modality should, this one, in the search language, it expresses an expectation, while in the target language, convey a high ranking of mental process. So as we can see on the right above here, should be done. Should as a modality, be done is material process, function as a verbal group, but in a target language will be translated is only dibutuhkan and it's a mental process. This one is another example of the shift in process, the second example. And we move to the last example of shift in circumstances. This one. On the search language, the word is according to their belief, a mountain is a water reservoir. But in target language, it translated as gunung dipercayai sebagai waduk yang menyimpan air. The explanation we can see on the right side. The clausa here in the search language emphasize their belief by using the circumstance point of view, this one. And the clausa of the target language emphasize mountain or gunung here as a phenomenon, sorry. And on the search language, we use the relational process, especially the intensive type of relational process with the copula is, this one. And is connect the subject to the predicate. The subject is the mountain, the predicate is a water reservoir, and this one is a function as a copula. Whereas the target language, yes, target language is categorized as a mental process. Dipercayai, yeah, is a verbal group, function as a mental process. So now we move to the fourth part. This is the findings part. The translation is the process of maintaining the message from the source language to the target language by various ways to the target readers. There are a lot of type of translation, which is such as, literal translation, transposition, modulation, adaptation, equivalent or reformulation, localization, and the last one is back translation. And the book of Mengapa Bali Disebut Pulau Seribu Pura is translated literally with a literal translation. Namely, the clauses are translated word to word or word by word to maintain the meaning of the clauses. And then the shift in the translation cannot be avoided, always occurring in the practice. And the shift can be found in the three clauses argument, as I give the examples, happen in participants, happen in process, and happen in circumstances. And then There's always a change in translation can occur in structure or in the class due to several factors, such as systemic differences, the meaning transfer, so that too easy to of reading, cultural context, and the last one because of linguistic levels factors. So we move to the last part. This is the conclusion. We may say that translation is seen as both as a product and also a process. And then each language has its own typology, which means shift in structure and meaning are inevitable during the translation, or we cannot avoid it. It's always happen on the translation. And this bilingual book uses English as the source language and the Indonesian as a target language, and illustrating this shift. And in this research, I found there's 9 clauses were identified. And then the participant in the source language, such as the nominal and propositional group, prepositional groups, often merge into a single nominal group in the target language. And yeah, there's also shift also occur in process categorized, changing from material processes to mental processes in passive construction. And yeah, the circumstances shift are observed, such as changing prepositional phrases, then alter the meaning and tenses between the SL and TL or target language. The absence of certain element, like for example, like point of view in the target language, indicate that the translator's subjectivity during the translation process. So the suggestion, yeah, me as a researcher, I would like to suggest that the translation researchers giving some critique or suggestion, and then, yeah, however, the suggestion must be supported with the update theory. So this research becomes much more academic, and then I as a researcher also suggest that the translator having linguistic competence in translation, and the translation also must focus on the target for whom the translation is attended, or who is the readers. And the researchers expect that the communities to comprehend the results of the translation. The last one is the communities should have good Indonesian competencies so that the translation can be accepted from linguistic point of view. So that's my presentation. I hope my findings have provided valuable insight into the systemic functional linguistics, especially in the translation teaching. And I'm eager to hear any feedback and answer any question that you may have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Sarah. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you take 20 minutes, yeah? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, the second participant is Bapak Eko. Okay, the time is yours. 20 minutes. Okay, Mr. Eko. Yeah, still mute. Yeah, still mute. Yeah, still mute. Your voice cannot be heard.
Yeah, sorry, Pak. Good morning to first supervisor, Dr. Iketut Swardana, second supervisor, Mr. Made Jularta, and examiner, Ms. Komang Astiari. Today, on 23rd December 2024, I will present the thesis title, The Philosophy of Lutung Kasarung Text. a systemic functional linguistic perspective conducted by myself, Eko Skierto, from the English program at the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Bali Dwipa University. It is a privilege to present my research, which this study explore the deeper meanings and philosophy in the Lutung Kasarung text through the lens of systemic, functional, linguistic, and cultural context. In the background, the Lutung Kasarung narrative originated from West Java and has been well known across generations. It is widely used in school as a storytelling media. However, despite its popularity, its philosophy essence has not been fully understood by many people. This research aim to uncover the philosophy of Lutung Kasarung text by focusing on two specific aspects. First, what kind of material process used in the text? And second, what ideology is found in the text? The research area mentioned in the slide is multidisciplinary study to analyze of Lutung Kasarung text, so can use multi-phase understanding. In the context of this research, use syntax because relevant to verb in the Lutung Kasarung text. And then the mention of teaching that the research have implication for educational practices for early age. And in a semiotic approach could involve examining the symbol that present in the narrative. And there is a language philosophy is very important to explore how to speak function of language in the text. And for sociolinguistic, because the text developed in communities and used for storytelling, entertainment, and so on. And this one, semantic, is to analysis could involve examining the use of clause connect to other clause in the text. To analyze the text, I employ systemic functional linguistics. SFL is a theory that connects language with the social context to derive meaning. Element examined include a material process. Its action represented by a creative and transformative verb. There is from transformative can categorize as elaboration, extension, and enhancement. Another element is context of situation to understanding how the text reflect the cultural and social dynamic of its time. There is a feel, tenor, and mode. And another element is context of culture is related to how the context work in narrative text. Narrative text has certain structure to achieve certain goal. The characteristic of narrative text is orientation, complication, resolution, and reorientation. On this slide, we see the foundation of the research on the philosophy of the Lutung Kasarung text. First, found an idea which was then turned into concept to be taught. Then the goal has its own set of rule and regulation that must be followed. And then for ideology is agreed by all members of the community. And the end is a philosophy. What should we do? What should not we do? In this slide, this is the sequence of research method and concept. There is a phenomenon, which in this case is Lutung Kasarung text itself, then analysis qualitative grounded theory, then continue to material process, context of situation, context of culture, and the last one is ideology. In the text, creative verbs are used to describe significant action, such as Prabu Rarang perform sayembara competition to legalize to a queen. Transformative verbs are used to state that Prabu Rarang exiled Prabu Sari into the forest. This is the transformative verb that use Prabu Rarang bermaksud menyingkirkan Prabu Sari dari istana. And the another one is this is the creative verb. Prabu Rarang mengadakan sayembara untuk dinobatkan sebagai ratu. This material process help convey the deeper conflict and resolution within the narrative. The analysis also from context of situation, cover, feel. There is a Prabu Rarang has big ambition to be a queen. However, her character is very bad. Her behavior is viewed to make the communities feel unhappy. In contrast, Prabu Sari never thinks of how to be a queen. However, Prabu Sari character is very good, can make the communities live in harmony. Prabu Rarang tries to trap Prabu Sari in order she is successful to be queen. However, every effort initiated by Prabu Rarang is not successful. Prabu Sari gets very serious disease sent by devil in order Prabu Sari is exiled and killed in the forest. Lutung Kasarung help Prabu Sari to cure the disease, then she is persuaded to go to the court because the communities need her coming into the court. And in the tenor, Prabu Rarang and Prabu Sari are siblings. However, they have different character in the communities. Prabu Rarang characteristic is not required by the communities. In contrast, Prabu Sari characteristic is required by communities. And in mode, Prabu Rarang used devil to send mysterious disease for Prabu Sari. Prabu Rarang perform sayembara competition to legalize the willing to be a queen. Prabu Rarang state that for who fail will be killed. Prabu Sari win the competition. However, the Prabu Sari forgive Prabu Rarang. Even more, Prabu Sari invite Prabu Sari together in the court. The text follow a traditional narrative structure. In the context of culture, there is orientation. The text introduce Prabu Rarang and Prabu Sari in the text. They have different character in the king family. In complication, Prabu Rarang want to be queen. She used anyway to become a queen. She want to kill Prabu Sari by performing competition. Resolution, Prabu Sari win every competition performed by Prabu Rarang. And the last one, reorientation, finding Prabu Sari forgive Prabu Rarang and invite him to live together.
5 minutes.
Yes, Pak. The text carry a deep message. In ideology of the text, finding we live in the world with two character, good and bad character. We are expected to forgive other person because bad character person are controlled by bad emotion. They are not conscious what they behave, whereas person who forgive other Human cannot escape from mistake. However, we must do mistake twice in the same time. We must improve ourselves. From the finding reset, the text of Lutung Kasarung philosophy can be interpreted on two levels. In micro perspective, Prabu Rarang represent negative emotion like greedy and jealousy. Prabu Sari symbol positive character such as kindness and harmony. The narrative emphasizes the importance of controlling emotion to achieve success. And the deeper meaning, the word lutung is monkey, symbol which is associated with greedy animal. So it's associated as a greedy characteristic. Kasarang represent as unsatisfactory, unhappiness, worriedness in the life. In together interpretation, lutung kasarung is interpreted to remind us to that uncontrolled greedy behavior will lead him or her into unhappiness, unsatisfactory, worriedness in the life. She or he never live in harmony because she or he is controlled by the mind. The text of Lutung Kasarang guide us how to defeat our bad behavior or thoughts because it can devastate our life quality. In suggestion, the researcher expect that this result of the research can stimulate other linguistic researcher to do research in local narrative texts. There are a lot of local narrative texts which have not explored yet from the philosophy. The researcher expect to get some critique regarding the development of the research. The critique emphasizes ethic, aesthetic, and logic. In conclusion, Lutung Kasarung text hold valuable lesson for life. It teaches us to develop good behavior while minimizing bad character. Harmony in life starts from kindness, forgiveness, and self-improvement. Finally, I encourage the author researcher to explore the rich philosophy found in local narrative text as many remain unexplored. In the end, I would like to express my gratitude to everyone, especially to all lecturers here, Dr. Iketa Suardana, Mr. Imade Juliata, and Ms. Komang Astiari, who has supported this research. I hope this study inspire further exploration of local narrative and their cultural significance. And now I welcome any question or critique you may have. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Eko. Okay, you have 2 minutes. Yeah, you have 2 minutes. We come into the second session. Yeah, the session will be for question and answer. Okay, now I would like to invite Ibu Komang. Yeah, Ibu Komang. Yeah, and then you may address to whom your question. Okay, okay. The time is yours, Miss Komang.
Can I ask both of the students?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, miss.
Okay, thank you. I'll start from Ibu Sarah.
Yes.
Ibu Sarah, in your research, you are discussing about the shift in translation regarding the systemic functional linguistic perspective.
Yeah.
I would like to ask or cast your understanding towards shifts. Why do you think there are shifts in circumstances arguments? So what is the purpose of the shift?
Yeah, we cannot avoid it, or very inevitable that shift always happen, especially from the source language to the target language. In this case is the bilingual book from the English language to the Indonesian language, because of some factors such as the structure of the language, or we call it as typology. the different of cultural meaning, and then the competency of the translator itself, the level of competency, and then the last one is the translator own interest. So the shift can happen in the arguments, and in this case, the arguments are the participant, the process, and the last one is the circumstances. So we cannot avoid it that because there's always the sums factor that I have recently mentioned.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
So you think that different translator will end up in a different translation product?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
And here you already mentioned that the translator here use a literal translation strategy in order to maintain the meaning.
Yes,
because
definitely.
it's based on cultural context.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, and other things here is I would like to probably discuss with you about your analysis in your thesis page. Hold a second. It's page 28. Your thesis page 28. Shifts in participants. And yeah. Maybe you can share it, Sarah, so everyone can see your and we can discuss together here. Pak Eko, maybe you can stop sharing first, so Ibu Sarah could will be able to share the screen.
Okay, we'll stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Page 28.
Now I share the screen because Mr. Eko is still there. This one?
No, it's page 28, shifts in participant. It's in data 1.
Oh, okay. Data 1, okay. Yeah. This one?
Yeah, Sarah, Ibu Sarah. I see that here, the data, the name of Merajan Kamulan is, it belongs to the nominal group, yes, and identified according to basic regulation defined in ancient manuscript of Lontar Siwagama. Yeah, I do agree that it's prepositional phrase, and it belongs to circumstance of point of view. However, is here is also copula, yes, relational process. However, I disagree with the analysis here, which said that holy structure built belongs to nominal group. Why? Because we can read from the sentence here, is holy structure built on. So built on here is a verbal group. It's holy structure built. It's not nominal group. The holy structure is nominal group, yes. However, built on supposed to be the verbal group, built on, and followed by the upper side of every house or homestead. So that's the nominal group. So it doesn't belong to prepositional phrase. Did you get it, Ibu Sarah?
Yeah, I get it. But yeah, in this case, I mean, if the name of Merajan Kamulan, we call it is nominal group, and it function as identified. That's why I put it holy structure built. Also, it's nominal group and it's identifier. where there is the identified, there should be an identifier, because identifier is always specific as the identified.
Yeah.
That's my
This is the
argumentation.
yeah, I got it. Where there is an identified, there will be an identifier. So the identifier here is only the whole structure. Build, yes, build
Okay. So this word
doesn't
build
belong
is
to noun, it belongs to verb. And if you analyze it from the syntax theory, it's called prepositional verb. But yeah, it belongs to verbal group built on, and then the upper side of every house or home of the first generation of the family, that belongs to nominal group. That's the circumstance of location.
Okay, I will consider that.
Okay, thank you. And also page hold a second. Page that data number 2. Yeah. To transform here, to transform the land status is not prepositional phrase as well, because prepositional phrase is a phrase which the preposition as the head and followed by a noun, pronoun, and noun phrase. So it doesn't belong to prepositional phrase, but it is an infinitive phrase, Ibu Sarah.
Okay. My argument is if we talk about the traditional grammar, the to transport, it's I definitely agree with Miss Komang Astiari. We call it is as an infinitive phrase, but in this research I used the SFL theory. So if we talk about SFL theory, to transport is a prepositional phrase, and its function is as a circumstance of purpose. Yes.
Yeah. Can you explain what is prepositional phrase, Ibu Sarah?
Prepositional phrase, it's always with the preposition, and yeah, if we talk to it's about the theory. I mean, if we talk with the traditional grammar, definitely I agree that to transform it's a infinitive phrase. But in this case, or in this research, we talk about or we analyze with the SFL theory. And in SFL theory, the to transport, we call it as proportional phrase, and its function as a circumstances of purpose.
Okay, so let's see. If you think that it's a prepositional phrase, so to is preposition and transform is the verb, right?
A prepositional phrase itself is a group of words. Is a group of words consisting of a preposition, its object, and any word that modify the object.
Okay. So what classes are that? Any words? Is that also verb?
Yeah, it's professional phrase. Its function is circumstance of purpose, because we talk about the SFL perspective. Yes.
Right. So okay, and now I will ask you, if you think that preposition can be followed by verb, so do you think the phrases like in, make, or on, create is right? Because every formula or every rule in syntax or in linguistic, they have the same rules. So if you think that to is preposition and transform is verb, so preposition can be followed by verb. So all preposition can be followed by verb, right? So do you think for example, I give you another preposition, in, and if you think that it can be followed by verb. So can it be like in create or on drink or behind make like that?
Yes, definitely, but it depends on what perspective is we used. If we talk about the traditional grammar, then it's okay. It will be then infinitive phrase. But again, if we talk with the SFL theory, then it will be prepositional phrase. And then we have to elaborate after the prepositional phrase. We also need to know what function it is. In this case, the transform is circumstance of purpose. In my other example, prepositional phrase, it could be as well as circumstance of point of view, circumstance of location, circumstance of manner. On my PowerPoint slide, I have explained on the literature theory, there are 9 of circumstances based on the holiday theory. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, in this case, I agree with that. But yeah, if you maybe we can discuss about it later with also infinitive phrase, because preposition is always followed by noun or any noun phrase. But if you feel or maybe you have that literature, maybe we can discuss at after the test.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that is for all for Ibu Sarah. And now I would like to shall I continue or?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so to Pak Eko.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pak Eko, I would like to ask you your understanding about verb here on your analysis. What's the difference between creative and transformative verb?
The difference is creative verb is physical activities which make new entity after the process is done. The verb are categorized as creative, indicate that the actor is very creative because the actor can create new thing. Creative verb are always used in text which describe innovation. The verb are such as make, create, stabilize, realize, develop, plan, cook, and others. Example, I will build a house. And then another is a transformative verb or material process, which indicate that entity gets changed after the process is done. Transformative verbs are often found in the text related to development because transformative verb indicate the actor has innovation to change entity. The change can be in the function, form, color, size, surface, height, character, length, and many others. Transformative verb such as wash, clean, paint, shorten, and many others. Example, I will paint a house. Like that means from the different transformative and creative verb.
Okay, thank you. That was good.
You're welcome.
And I would like you also open page 34 in your classes, in your research, page 34, sorry.
Before.
Here in, but maybe the page there will not be the same because it's in a Word,
Yes,
not PDF. Yeah.
I will share here.
Yeah. 34 in Prabu Sari merangkul Prabu Rarang. Tinggal bersama, tidak membunuh Prabu Rarang karena kekalahannya, that one.
This one is can see my PDF.
Not yet.
Yes. This one.
Yeah. So, can you explain why tinggal here belongs to relational process?
This because tinggal here have relation is connected to other verb is between goal and circumstance manner. So this is in tinggal is a relation process. Is a process.
Yeah. Yeah.
So because it's
Connected to other verb,
relation.
yeah, connected to other verb is relation. That's why to live is relational process.
Okay. Yeah. So it is fine that in every clause has two processes, yeah. Relational, material. So it's not only the material process.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, Pak Ketut, I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Yeah, terima kasih. Thank you, Miss Komang. Okay, now I would like to invite Ibu Ayu. Okay, would you like to give some questions for Ibu Sarah, please?
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the time given to me. Okay. Actually, after I listened to your discussion with Miss Asti, Sarah, you have a deep discussion already, and some of my question has answered just now. But I just still have actually it's not a very significant question, but I just still want to ask you. Okay.
Okay, please.
What do you understand by the term shift in translation?
Excuse me, Miss, could you please repeat the question?
Yes. What do you understand by the term shift in translation?
Okay, shift.
Yeah, related to your title.
The shift, the definition of the shift is what is it? Shift is from the search language to the target language, there should be shift, and we could not avoid it. And it's the aim is to maintain the equivalency from the search language to the target language.
Okay.
Yes.
Still maintain the message, yeah,
Yes, yeah.
to the target language.
Yes, correct.
And yeah, and in your research, the type of translation is literal translation.
Yes.
Yeah, is used in this bilingual books. So why do you think this is the best type of translation used in this bilingual book?
Yeah, because the type of the translation is literal translation, which is word by word translated. And this method, I use this method, or I choose this method because it involves the translating the text word for word or words to words, and it's to maintaining the original structure, to keep the original structure as closely as possible. That's why I
Okay.
use this type of translation. Yes, yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Mhm.
And why do you choose this bilingual book as your data source?
I use this bilingual book as my data source because of there are three main points. The first one, because as we know that Bali is an international tourism destination, so that one of the stakeholder, which is the Bali Pos, they provide or they wrote the bilingual books, and the title is Mengapa Bali disebut Pulau Seribu Pura. And then the second one is because after I read this book, I found that the books has a shift in the arguments, which are the participants, the processes, and as well as the circumstances. And the last one, why I choose this book, because I would like to know how far do the meaning get shift in the clauses of this book.
Okay, by the way, before you choose this book as your data source, did you compare this bilingual book with another bilingual book?
I didn't compare because actually I didn't compare because from the start I really have a big interest to explore this book, to analyze this book, because as I mentioned on the first point, because this is very important, as Bali is a very popular tourist destination international, and this book has a English and Indonesian. So yeah, it's the aim of this book itself is to develop the tourism in Bali, not only for the international tourists as well as the local or domestic tourists. That's why.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's my strong reason why I choose this book. I don't want to compare with any other bilingual book. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. Overall,
Thank you.
I do satisfied with your presentation. You
Thank you.
have good and clear.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
Good and clear way. Okay. Thank you very much and congratulations
Most
for your
welcome. Yes.
explanation today. I think that's
Yeah.
all,
Oh,
Mr. Ketut, for Mrs. Sarah.
okay. Thank you, Ibu Ayu. Now,
You're welcome.
the last one, no, not the last, but okay. I would like to invite Bapak Juliarta, yeah, to ask some question to Pak Eko. Yeah, the time is yours, Pak Juliarta.
Thank you for the chance given to me, Mr. Ketut. And Mr. Eko, congratulations. You have already done your presentation in this final project.
Thank you, Pak Jimmy.
You have already explained about the material process fonts in the text. And actually, I have a question related to your study. It's about the material process by using the systemic theory. Because in the study, you said that you found the moral value and the ideology found in the text of Tutung Kasarung. And a question is, how did you determine about the moral value and ideology found in the text by using the theory of functional linguistic? I mean, after analyzing about the material process, and you conclude about the moral value found in the text. How did you find it?
Thank you for the question, Pak. to finding moral value from the text, I can analyze the narrative structure and character interaction within the story of Lutung Kasarung text. I examine the main character, Prabu Rarang and Prabu Sari, and their respective behavior. Prabu Rarang represent greedy and have a bad characteristic, while Prabu Sari symbol kindness and forgiveness. The contrast between this character highlight moral values such as virtue of compassion and pitfall of greedy. And consider to the cultural context, the story reflects the community value and belief, suggests that adhering to moral virtue lead to harmony and fulfilling life. The conclusion of is to embody positive qualities of our Prabu Rarang serve as a moralization that ethic behavior and inner goodness lead to true success and happiness. This is my explanation, Pak.
Yes, so I can conclude that the moral value can be obtained by the analysis of the context situation, namely feel, tenor, and moods. Yeah, because the
Okay.
text is
For
analyzed by
context
context
situation,
yeah,
yes, Pak, I will explain the finding. The feel of the text is the text figure with two different characters, namely Prabu Sarang and Prabu Sari. There is supporting figure Lutung Kasarung who helped Prabu Sari because she is a victim, because Prabu Rarang ambition is the field. And for the tenor, Prabu Rarang and Prabu Sari are siblings. Prabu Rarang want to be queen by killing Prabu Sari by asking devil to send very terrifying disease. And in the mode, the text is categorized as a narrative text because there are some social message conveyed through social event. This in context situation, Pak.
Yeah, Mr. Eko, I think that's all about my question and suggestions. Good luck for your final projects.
Thank you.
Returns to Mr. Get. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Pak.
Okay, thank you, Bapak Juliarta. Now I would like to ask Bapak Eko first. Now, you don't mention about the philosophy of the text, because when we talk about narrative text, of course, you don't focus on semantic dimension, but you have to focus on philosophy. Of course, if you talk about the text of what we call Lutung Kesarung, of course, our ancestors had certain message for community. Could you tell me what the philosophy of Lutung Kesarung text? Okay, please. Tim.
The philosophy of Lutung Kasarung Prabu Rarang represent negative emotion like greedy and jealousy. And then Prabu Sari symbol positive character such as kindness and harmony. And for the word Lutung is monkey symbol which is associated with greedy animal. So it's like a greedy character. And then Kasarung represent as unsatisfactory, unhappiness, worriedness in the life. So together interpretation, Lutung Kasarung is interpret to remind us that uncontrolled greedy behavior will lead us into unhappiness, unsatisfactory, worriedness in the life. So we live in harmony because she or he is controlled by the mind. This is the philosophy of the Lutung
get the
Kasarung.
point. I get the point. I get the point. Now, Mike, and then the next question for you. When we talk about narrative text, we can use other theories. For example, critical analysis, what we call it in Indonesia, AWK. AWK, yeah, it means that analysis wacana kritis. This is proposed by what about lupa saya. And then the next, you can use that what we call it critical discourse. So my question is, why do you choose systemic functional as your main theory instead of the two theories, for example, AWK and discourse and critical discourse? Why do you use that systemic functional linguistic?
This research, I choose theory of SFL because SFL is a linguistic science that studies social phenomena with language based on social context. So SFL does not only provide subjective interpretation, but use linguistic as evidence. That's it, Pak.
Yeah.
My reason.
Good, very good. Okay. Next, I would like to ask Ibu Sarah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, what you explained just now, it's very clear for me. So I would like to only one question to you because my question was used by Ms. Komang and Miss Ayu. So this is only one question still left in my mind. Okay, could you tell me the ideology? Yeah, the ideology of the translation you focus on or you observe. Okay, please. Yeah.
The ideology that I have or I got from this research is the first one that in this research there are many shifts in the cultural meaning, and then there is also subjectivity from the arguments, and the last one there also tenses aspect.
Okay.
That's
I'm very interested in understanding or in your explanation about 10 aspect. Do you give me the explanation about the 10 aspect, because you said that there is ideology, there is 10 aspect.
Yes, yeah, it's again we talk about the level competency from the translator itself, how good or how he or she, the translator, master in the tenses aspect. That's the ideology about the from this research.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Now I would like to come into the second session, the third session. Okay, the third session will be a kind of what we call it message, from the examiners. In case there is some message addressed to you, from the examiner. Okay, first I would like to invite Miss Komang. In case Miss Komang has certain message for Mr. Eko and Ibu Sarah. Please, Ibu Komang, please.
Thank you, Pak Ketut.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any message anymore. But just to say congratulations to Mr. Eko and Ibu Sarah.
Thank you.
And yeah, don't forget, because next year, Bali Dwipa will hold graduation. Make sure that you have finished all the administration. Yeah, and don't forget to what is it? Register yourself in a campus.
Yes.
For yeah, because that will be very important in regards to your semester fee. So you will not pay fee for the next semester again. Yeah. So don't forget. I think that is all from me, Pak Ketut. Thank you. And thank you. Congratulations to all. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Also Nancy and Fauzi here who also attend this.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Ibu Ayu, the next. Yeah, the next. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank
Please,
you,
Bu Ayu.
Mr. Ketut. Yeah, thank you for the chance given to me. I just would like to say congratulations for both of you, Mr. Eko and Mrs. Sarah. You have a very interesting and very nice presentation today. Congratulations for your final project. Yeah. That's all from me. And I hope both of you can improve your knowledge, maybe by continuing your study or research, do another research maybe. Very interesting research, I really enjoy both of your research.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's all from me. Thank you, Mr. Ketut.
Okay, the next, Mr. Julie.
Okay, thank you for the time given to me. I would like to say congratulations from Ibu Sarah and Mr. Eko because you have already finished these final projects until the examinations of the final projects. I hope that you can maybe continue about the study until the articles, and then you can prepare for the next steps, what you need to do for the graduations.
Okay.
And, you need to follow the regulations given in the campus about what to do next after these final projects. Okay, thank you for your presentations today. I think that's all from me, Mr. Ketut. Time returns to the moderator.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Bapak Juliarta. Okay, now my turn now. Okay, I would like to say thank you for Ibu Sarah and Pak Eko because you presented your result of the research. However, we would like to discuss with the other examiners, about your result. Okay, after that, I would like to ask you to leave 5 minutes, because we would like to what we call as discussion, with discussion about how about your result. Okay, now you may leave the Zoom, the Zoom, and Mr. Eko leave the Zoom, and we discuss with the other examiners. Okay, please do it.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.